By far, the best thing about going on holiday from England is you go from this to this, sometimes in less than a few hours. Come see! Voila, just like that. Isn't it awesome? We stayed at Green Nature Diamond Hotel in Marmaris. We took a transfer from Dalaman. That journey, I'll tell you about in a minute. The hotel was really nice. The standard was really good. The service was good. Food was good, no complaints. Inside the hotel looks like a cruise ship, I'd say. But yeah, nice hotel. You know we got to do a quick room tour. Room tour, room tour, room tour. Here's the room tour. We did what any sensible person does when they get to a holiday destination. Go straight to the pool. I could do this all day. My husband, on the other hand, he gets a little bit bored and he wants some adventure. So that's exactly what we got. So when you go to places like Turkey, there are people selling you excursion on every corner of the street. So we met a guy and he sold us an excursion to go, that's right, quad biking in the middle of nowhere. He didn't mention that the van that was going to be picking us up is probably 100 years old. He didn't tell us it was in the middle of nowhere, in the woods. But hey, it was an adventure. And adventures can't be predictable, right? So these quads, let's talk about the quads. The quads weren't the most reliable. I had to change mine about 3 times. And I can't really explain to you how old some of these quads were. Okay, let me give you an example. Keep watching. There we go. So this isn't me, of course, but I experienced this quite a few times. And so these quads are not they're not the newest McLaren quads, no. But I must say that the guys, the men that actually look after these quad places, they really do try hard to make sure you're safe. They make sure you have a good time. They work really hard and they kind of give you everything that you need. So we had a really good time. I really enjoyed it. So here we are on the way back in 100-year-old van, and I wasn't even scared. Yeah, the roads were windy and mountainous, but honestly, I was just taking in the views. I don't know if it was all that quad biking, but I felt super brave. Anyway, driver was really nice. He hooked it up. He even stopped at this really, really cool place. And I'm not gonna lie, this view was incredible. We don't go away that often, but when we do, just being in awe of God's creation is incredible. I think on this evening, we just went for a little stroll in the evening. Just went to like the marina bit. And yeah, here's my hubby being hubby. So I must confess, like I said earlier, I'm not exactly an adrenaline junkie, okay? But I decided to take the plunge and just get on this parachute and do my little thing. I'm joking. You know I would never, ever do that. Now here's my idea of an excursion. Peaceful boat ride. Wow, this was my favorite part of the holiday. And if you ever go to Turkey, get yourself on a boat ride. It is incredible. Sometimes there are no words. Until you realise you're doing a voiceover. This is me trying to look cute, my husband sleeping in the back, and me just admiring, again, just God's creation and just how awesome his hands are, because look, Turkish flag! After we got back to the hotel, we obviously showered, had some food for dinner, and then we decided to hire some bikes. So it was really cool. We actually just rode bikes on the strip, kind of like with the sunset. It was really nice. And so until we had to give the bikes back and we completely forgot where the shop was. Like, we were lost for like an hour. We had no idea where this place was. And eventually we found it, thank God, and gave the bikes back. So now I have you in my basket. I might as well do a quick story time. So do you remember earlier I mentioned the trip from the airport to the hotel? We had basically booked the shuttle. So we got off the plane looking for our vehicle. I thought it was a bus, but actually they got us a taxi because it was end of season. So yeah, they just got us our own personal cab. So we're like, okay, that's cool. So this guy's holding our name and then we kind of gestured to him, oh, that's us. So he just gives us one look, takes one long swig of his coffee, slams that bad boy down and jumps in the car. Even the way he did that, I should have known it was going to be problems. So he starts driving and he picks up speed quite quickly. And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, don't panic. This is probably just a cultural thing. You know, it's probably how Turkish people drive. He starts bibbing every other car off the road. He's now flashing every other car off the road. It's now getting dark it becomes pitch black very quickly because we landed around, I don't know, maybe 6. So now we're driving through these windy roads, very narrow, very sharp turns. I know it's mountainous because I can see like the towns in the background. I'm sweating. I'm panicked in the back, squeezing my husband's hand. I keep saying to him, can you slow down? Can you slow down? Either he was pretending he didn't understand or he just didn't want to understand. Either way, it was traumatized. Like, guys, I was traumatized. Moving on, we got a couple of scooters for the next day. If I be honest, I really preferred riding the bikes. The scooters were more for my husband, but he enjoyed it, so it was worth it. But yeah. This was our last night, and yeah, Turkey was really good to us. I must say, I really enjoyed it. And the shuttle back was a lot smoother, and the guy drove nice and slowly. Goodbye.